So something you may not know is that pretty much any edible green can be a cut and come again or a baby salad green. Hi, I'm Rachel and welcome back to Auxhart Gardening. Today I'm going to show you how I'm planning on growing my salad greens throughout the winter. I have adapted this technique from Jess over at Roots and Refuge. I can link her original video below so you can see how to do it if you don't have a little greenhouse like I do. She does it in like a big clear Tupperware that'll fit around this. So if you don't have a greenhouse of your own, check it out. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my box cutter. I'm going to cut out a section of this potting mix soil. This is just Staw Green potting mix. It's already got some fertilizer and stuff in it. So it is good to go. And I'm going to use this as the container to hold my mix of cut and come again salad greens. Alright, so while this looks very flat right now, this is actually very compressed soil. So I'm actually going to remove some of it and put it in this pot right here that's going to hold something else. And then from there we'll fluff it up and get to planting some of our salad greens. So you can see I removed quite a bit of soil and I still have a nice flat surface in here. You kind of want it to where the soil feels fluffy, but is still filling the bag. So something you may not know is that pretty much any edible green can be a cut and come again or a baby salad green. Any normal kale, any normal spinach, any normal even heading lettuces, generally you can plant them very densely together and then pick the leaves when they're really young, and that's just what baby greens are. So my plan here is I'm gonna put in a whole mix of stuff. I've got some kale, some spinach, some mustard greens, and then just a mixed lettuce pack. And I'm gonna put all of that densely into here because what I want is I do want to limit its size and I want to harvest it young. I'm not looking for any of these to head up or become very big because I'm going to be picking from them fast enough to keep them small. So again, all I'm doing is taking a few seeds from each pack in my hand and I'm going to just sprinkle them kind of randomly or as evenly as I can just all across this soil. I'm thinking I'll have something like maybe 100 little lettuce plants in here. So today is currently September the 8th. It is technically getting close to the beginning of fall, although it's still like 80 something degrees today. So this isn't going to go in the greenhouse right away, because even with the door open it would be far too hot for it. But we've got a cold front coming through within the next couple of weeks, so we're gonna get this started while everything is nice and warm and it's got some good sunlight, and then as the nights start getting cooler I'll start moving it into the greenhouse and eventually it'll live in the greenhouse for the rest of the winter. Alright, so I've just sprinkled all the seeds on the surface. The last thing I'm going to do is take a couple of handfuls of this dirt and just kind of sprinkle a little bit on top. Lettuce seeds are small enough that you don't really have to bury them. They just need a little light coating over the top. And then I'm going to water this in and set it in a good spot. And in a few days we should start seeing sprouts. And I should be able to harvest from this in as little as 3 weeks, probably closer to a month. I should start having some little baby greens for my salads. Oh, so something I almost forgot to mention is because this is a plastic bag, you will need to cut your own drainage holes for it. And that's just as easy, if you remember before you cut open the top, you can just come on the opposite side of it and kind of poke some holes. Since I forgot to do that first, I'm going to come lift up and just kind of poke some holes as best I can on the underside. They don't have to be big holes because you don't want all your dirt falling out, but you got to make sure that you've got a little bit of drainage so that your lettuce doesn't drown when you water it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support. If you liked this video, if you learned something, please like and subscribe. It really does help me out. It helps tell YouTube that you guys like what I'm doing. So if you haven't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate it if you did that. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, I wish you all happy gardening.